AC, thanks for joining us. An incredible comeback, an extraordinary game here away at Larkfield.
Yeah, it's a fantastic result for us. One at 3-1 down, I couldn't really see coming, to be honest. So to come away with 3 points, and when you win a game in that manner so late on, it's always such a nice feeling. So really pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, an extraordinary turnaround. I mean, the first half, you concerned about our start in the game particularly? I mean, first few minutes was okay, and then we seemed to really struggle with the conditions and the way they played.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I thought for the first 5-10 minutes, I thought we actually looked a better side, and I was really pleased with the tempo we were sort of like playing at. But yeah, conditions today were so difficult. It's a very, very bobbly pitch. Obviously, the wind's up as well. But what actually killed us was we conceded the goal, and I think our heads just dropped from that point. And it was a poor goal from our side of things. From their perspective, you probably say it's a good goal. They've put a decent ball into our box, and Harrison's got into the back post and scored a good header. But I felt the cross came in too easily. I didn't think we got tight enough to the 11, who I thought was their best player, by the way. I thought he was outstanding. He's had too much time to sort of like drive at DeAndre, put in a fantastic ball, and I think where we've got sucked across, Tank's probably covering the striker and forgot about the player behind him, and he's just had a free header at the back post. So that was not a great one. And then obviously at 2-0 down, we then conceded a goal from a set piece, which was just no one's marking, like, was all over the shop. So that was very frustrating. So you'd probably say they deserved to be 2-0 up at the time. So
yeah, I mean, and both the goals are sort of free headers from some good play, some very deliberate play from them, and as you say, their wide players were causing us some problems.
Yeah.
But defensively, it's a bit of concern from all their play. It's actually 2 free headers in the box, which they've easily taken.
Yeah, exactly that. So that is frustrating, but thankfully we made a decision a bit later on in the second half to try and press them a little bit higher rather than let them sort of like play out, and that's actually where our goal comes from. So Nats pressed the keeper, I think. Lou and Wale have gone as well, and then we've shifted across. Agosa has won the ball back quite high into their half, got fouled, and then obviously Sam's put in an unbelievable free kick, which we know he's capable of doing, and Nat's come on at the back post with an unbelievable volley, and 2-1, we're back in the game.
Sure, and then I'm picking the goals. We actually scored some quality goals, the one you've just described for 2-1, which gives us a lifeline considering that we weren't really in the game at that point, and the quality of the delivery and an unbelievable finish. Does that give everyone a lift, or are you still concerned?
No, I think it gives everyone a lift. It's 2-0. 2-0 is a funny score in football, as is any kind of 2-goal deficit, really, which sort of leads to the outcome of this game, doesn't it? But yeah, 2-1 just before half time. We're in the game. We actually had a chance after that. Wale's gone through 1v1, could make it 2-2. Keeper's made a save, and then Nats had a half chance to maybe get a shot off and had a touch too many. So we could go in 2-2, we could go in 3-2. We go in 2-1 down, but knowing that was the more difficult half with the conditions, I would have took that, to be fair. And then it was a case of, can we reset and come out second half, which I actually thought we did come out all right second half, but then concede another poor goal to go 3-1 down. Yeah,
and the second half certainly been more even. The goal keeping us in the game. How did you feel where the game actually started to turn and where you believed? Because their third goal was a real kind of kick in the teeth when we were doing much better in the game, and we make a couple of mistakes and we get punished.
Yeah, the change comes, I think, the impact that Mecca has on the game, to be honest with you. Going back to the third goal we conceded, it actually comes from our free kick on the edge of the box. Sam's underhit it, they've broke. We've given away a foul on the edge of the box, which was questionable if it was a foul, I think, but it's given. The guy's got a shot on target. Tommy's parried it down and they've just followed in. I mean, you could say, could he tip it over? Could we follow in and be first to the second ball? We weren't, but then obviously 3-1 down, we've got nothing to lose at that point, so we have a gamble, we get Mecca on the pitch, and then he just does what he does, which is
before we celebrate another outstanding contribution by him, and again his impact incredible, you threw on other youngsters. E-Man and David Boateng came on and they worked and ran and made a difference.
I think like I said, you had nothing to lose. We've brought some youngsters in to have a look at, and to be fair, I thought David had a really good impact. I thought he showed some really good things. I think E-Man, again, he's definitely got potential. I think he needs to understand and learn the game and what his strengths are a bit more, but they come on with legs, and it did make a difference. So
and then once again, the outstanding. I mean, Mecca Samuels, the control for the goal, the touch out of his feet, and as a former striker yourself, give us appreciation of that finish.
I actually, the finish is amazing. I think his touch and to actually create the chance is a joke. Like, he just kills the ball dead from probably 20-30 foot in the air, and then before you even know it, he's got the ball out of his feet. He's coming at a ridiculous angle where you think he's probably got no right to actually get the ball, and then the finish is just fantastic. So look, we've seen him do it. It's been hard for us not having him for the 3 or 4 months that we've not had him through injury. And if you remember the last game he played, when he scored 2 against Bearsted, he scored a very similar goal, but on the opposite side of the pitch, where he's finished from a joke angle with the outside of his left foot. This is obviously coming in on the inside of his left foot, but it was a fantastic finish. It's just look, to be fair, the first 2 goals, Nathaniel's goal was a brilliant strike. Mecca's goal was a brilliant strike. And then two set pieces win us the game, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking while we're talking about players, contribution have been excellent. 2 goals last week, giving us back-to-back wins. Nat Murray's contribution today, he wins the penalty. Sam steps up, buries that 3-3, and suddenly the great comeback is on. He has a contribution on the far side where we win another free kick.
Yeah. And
Sam puts that in, and incredibly, it goes in. I mean, how are you feeling? How are they feeling in the dressing room? They must be buzzing.
Yeah, look, as I said at the start, when you get a win from that kind of position that late in the game, it's always a great feeling, and it just continues the run that we're on from the result last week. So yeah, the boys are buzzing, and like obviously having Tony back in with us, we've both said that the pressure is off us now to actually, we're not going to go down. We'll confidently say we're safe. We're not going to make the playoffs, so we can now look at just trying to finish as high as we can and disrupt as many other teams around us as we can. And I think when you can play with that kind of freedom, they're not meaningless games. I think I've touched on that in the past, where I don't want to be in a situation where we're going into games that don't really mean anything, but we've got the opportunity of a top 10 finish. That would be a fantastic achievement for us as a club. And I think we're more than capable of doing that. So yeah, everything at the moment is positive again. We've obviously been on a bad run, which has cost us, but now we can go into the last 7 or 8 games of the season and try and play some enjoyable football and get some more points. But yeah, it's going back to the goals. I feel like I should mention, obviously, Sam. He's stepped up and scored a penalty. He won't thank me for this, but he missed one for the 23s midweek. So I'm sure he had a few nerves about him, but it just shows his character that he stepped up and tucked that one away. And then yeah, the free kick, whether he's meant that or not, he said he did, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But it's obviously a bit wind assisted. Maybe the keeper could do better, but it's gone in off the bar, and we will happily take that and walk away with 3 massive points.
It's an amazing result, an amazing turnaround, and now on to another very, very challenging away game, Whitstable midweek.
Yeah, midweek games when we have to travel that far is tough for our young side, but this is part of learning about this level of football. So look, we go to Whitstable with no pressure. They're obviously having a fantastic season. They're still well in the playoff hunt. They're obviously in the semi-finals of the Vars, and I'd like to wish them all the best in that, because I know what a fantastic club it is. It's one of my old clubs that I spent a lot of years at and had wonderful times there, to be honest. So I always look forward to going back there, but I will be looking to go back down there and try and get a result. So we'll go there. We'll go there, as I say, with no pressure on us at all, with hopefully a bit of confidence behind us that we can go and maybe upset a few people and get another result. So bring it on.
Cheers. See you then.
Thanks, you.
Thank you.